This story has sparked so many conversations about the risk of dating provider men. And I want to break this down today. He know he giving his money to make it. He know it's very expensive to. Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things about leveling up, dating high quality men, and living that spoiled life. Today we're going to dive into a hot topic. There was a video about this one content creator or another YouTuber by the name of the Trophy Wife. And on her channel, she would encourage women how to attract men who provide and things of that sort. But she recently revealed some unfortunate news about her husband or soon to be ex-husband. The video, she pretty much shared how he violated her, but not only her daughters as well. And before I just go any further, I want to send her love and light because I'm a mom as well. I'm a girl mom. I have 2 daughters, okay? And I can't even imagine how she's feeling. And so I'm glad that she shared this story with us because there is a lesson for us to learn from this. I'm pretty sure she's learned something from this, and it's it takes courage just to put something like this out here on the internet. This is definitely something that we need to take note on, ladies. I definitely want to send love and healing her way because what she's going through is just unimaginable. But this story has sparked so many conversations about the risk of dating provider men. And I want to break this down today. This is something I feel like needs to be covered. This is a topic we need to talk about, ladies. A lot of us, especially as moms or women who are struggling financially, we can fall into the trap of dating out of survival mode. When you're in that mindset or when you're in that stage where you don't have your stuff together or you're struggling financially and you're dating during this period of time of your life, it can become very dangerous. This is how you fall into the trap of dating out of desperation or survival mode. At this point of time, it's like you're not even focused on vetting this person. You're focused on relief. And I get it, ladies. I get it, especially, if you're a single mom and maybe your kid's father, they don't help you with your kids at all. And, it gets frustrating when you don't have that support, you don't have that help, and you don't have the village, like not even from your own family nor his family. So I get it. Like it's a struggle. However, when you date during this time, you put yourself at risk for ignoring red flags. And if you've seen the video, you've seen that she said that he did violate her, but she just basically ignored the red flag. And I don't blame her. I'm not judging her. This is not me judging her, okay? I'm just making a point here. My point is, when you don't have yourself together or you're not already secure, things can get real sticky. When you start ignoring the red flags, on the surface, the man seems like a savior, okay? Like she said she thought like he was her knight in shiny armor. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. When he displayed certain behavior towards her, that was her time to walk away. And again, I'm not judging her, okay? But we're going to analyze this situation and we're going to use this as a lesson. When a man shows you the first time, if he violates you, he's willing to violate your children. He's willing to violate any woman. It doesn't matter if you have a daughter or a son. It is a telltale sign that something is wrong with him. And as women, if we have our stuff together, meaning like career wise, financially, we keep ourselves in a position to walk away and not have to tolerate certain things because desperation will blind you, especially if you're so focused on what a man can do for you financially. You might miss those key signs that he's emotionally unstable, he's controlling, or even unsafe for you and your kids. So vetting these men is so critical. Like, it is so important that we vet these men correctly and critically. Ladies, I can't stress this enough. Take it from me, okay? Because I made some mistakes in the past when it came to dating as a mom, a single mom with kids. Thank God nothing of that sort has taken place. Nothing to that degree has taken place. But I did learn that, you know what, I have to vet a little. I have to get a little better with vetting. I have to be a little more critical, a little more judgmental when it comes to these men. I don't care how much money you have. We have to keep our children safe, okay? Their safety is our priority. But take it from me, we must take our time getting to know these men. We need to pay attention to how he handles his anger, disappointment, and stress. Stressful situations, stress at work, stress with his family. We need to pay attention to all these things, how he handles his own children, how he deals with his children's mother. Is he respectful? Is he disrespectful? How does he interact with people in public? How does he, handle conflict? What type of behavior does he have? Does his behavior match his words? Like, so many things that we need to pay attention to when we're dating these men. We can't just trust them because he looks good on paper. He's willing to pay for stuff and buy this and buy that. We can't just trust those things, okay? You also need to pay attention to how he interacts with your kids. Does he respect boundaries that you set? I remember a time where there was this guy that I was dating, and I remember he didn't have any kids, and he seemed like a nice guy and everything. But I just remembered he would tell me like he loves kids and I can introduce him to my kids whenever I'm ready. But I wasn't ready and I was still taking my time. And it's like for some reason he kept telling me like, you can bring your kids. If you want to go out somewhere, you don't have to find a babysitter. You could just bring your kids. Like, sir, thank you for the reminder, but I'm not ready to invite my children to the date. I'm just not. You know what they say, men who are rushing you, if they're rushing to meet your kids, he's rushing you to meet his mom, something's wrong. Okay, something is wrong. Something is wrong, ladies. To me, that's a red flag. Luckily, nothing crazy came out of that situation, but I did peep that. After that situation, that's when I learned, like, you know what, turned out he wasn't the guy for me anyways. That was weird. Like, it was obvious. Come to find out, he was in a rush because he needed a place to stay and, all that stuff. So, anytime a man is rushing you, honey, that's a red flag right there. Moms, we just have to make this our top priority. Not all provider men are the same. People are trying to portray provider men as crazy, controlling, entitled. You know what? There's so many women that I know that's with broke guys who's abusive, entitled, and controlling. He might not have the finances, but since he uses sex as a tool to control the woman, I honestly don't believe all provider men are crazy. I don't think they all want to control you, even though that does happen. But I don't think that's true for all of them. There are unstable men in every category, whether they're rich, broke, and everything in between. Men who have high status or at a high level, they do have a reputation of being controlling and entitled. But this is why we have to choose men who values us as women, not just somebody that they take care of. A good provider man will make sure that you feel safe, respected, and cherished, not scared or manipulated. If you feel like you have to walk on eggshells with this man or you can't set boundaries with him, that's a red flag. And again, this is where having your stuff together helps. Like, I don't care if you got to move with family. It's best to try to put yourself in the best position possible. That way, when you are dating, there's no smoke screens. There's no confusion. There's no making decisions out of desperation. And you can see things clearly. You can see the person for who they really are, for the simple fact that you're not in need. I just want to touch on this one more time. Pay attention to how this man reacts when you have to put your kids first. If he gets jealous of you putting your kids first, that is a red flag. There's no reason why you should be competing with my children. Red flag, ladies. Make sure that he understands that your kids comes first. And make sure he's not rushing the relationship so he's not trying to get access to your kids. Any man that you're with and you guys are at a stage where he's interacting with your kids, there should be absolutely no point where he's telling your kids stuff like, don't tell your mom. I don't care if it's a surprise. Don't get in the habit of telling my kids, don't tell your mom. No. If it's a surprise, sir, it's best that you keep it from my kids and me. Like, don't do that. Like, This doesn't just happen with men who aren't their father. This happens with biological fathers as well. Like, unfortunately, biological fathers violate their actual own blood, their daughters and their sons. Ladies, it's so sad, but we just can't trust them. I don't care if it's their dad or not. I don't know if it was her children's biological father or not. I'm not sure. But regardless, like, I've heard so many stories where the biological dad has violated their own daughter, their own son. We can't take it lightly. We just can't. So the sad truth is, not every man that looks good on paper is a good man. And when you have kids, their safety and their well-being is number one. Their safety has to come before anything. So I just want to leave you all with this. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who is a provider. In fact, I still encourage it. Because I've had my fair share of bums and dusties, okay? I've had my fair share, and I don't recommend it to nobody, okay? Nobody. But we have to be smart about it, ladies. We have to be smart about it. Don't date out of desperation. Do not date out of desperation. I tell my girls to this day, my kids are 5 and 8, and I'm a girl mom. I don't have any sons. I tell my kids, because my oldest daughter, she asked me, she said, at what age do you want me to move out? I told her, honey, you need to stay at home as long as you can. And while you're home, you're going to be getting yourself together. That's what you're going to be doing. Get yourself together. You're going to go to college. You're going to get a career. You're going to save. Like, You're not, like, don't be trying to leave so soon, because you put yourself at risk for financial hardship. And you're going to meet guys, because you're going to be young and tender. You're going to be a young tenderoni. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to pray. Some of them are going to pray on you. Stay at home. Stay at home. Now, me personally, just for certain reasons, I couldn't stay at home. But I'd rather live with family than to live with a man who is detrimental to my well-being. To my children's well-being. I don't care who it is, auntie, grandma, whoever. I don't care how old I am, okay? We have to be smart. We have to be smart about it, ladies. Don't ignore the red flags. And if you see some red flags, stop ignoring it. If you're already seeing red flags, stop ignoring red flags. Don't just trust somebody just because they're buying you gifts and paying your bills. Honey, I get my... we gonna save this topic for another day. But I get my bills paid. That does not mean I fully trust you, sir. I don't care what you're buying me. I just want to make that clear. Just because you're buying me stuff, paying my bills and doing everything, and I still don't trust you. I don't trust you. And that's just the truth. I don't. I still keep things in the back of my head. Can't put nothing past nobody. Remember that. Your peace, your safety, and your kids' well-being. All more important than money can buy. Now remember, ladies, you are the prize. The right man will prove himself over time, and he won't disrespect you in the process. The right man will prove himself over time, and he won't make you feel unsafe or disrespected in the process. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think all provider men are crazy? Or do you think it comes down to choosing wisely? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've ever had an experience with a provider man, whether it's good or bad, I would like to hear your story. Let's keep this conversation going. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, ladies, stay safe and stay spoiled.